Welcome back to the Retro Reserve. It is finally garage sale season, and we went out to a bunch of garage sales this weekend looking for stuff for the game room. Pop culture, memorabilia, games, anything we can display or play. And we're just going to go through in this video all the great things that we found this week, so I hope you enjoy. So to start with, this is our pile of finds from the past week. And we're going to get the kind of boring stuff out of the way. I did find a few personal items. So a nice DeWalt jigsaw was only $20, which was a great price. I didn't even haggle. I just paid the guy $20 because it's a great deal. Also found this cool table vise, which should be fun for some wood carving projects. That was $1 in the box, so couldn't say no to that. And then at one of the garage sales, they had a bunch of free just padlocks and stuff. And I feel like I definitely have a few old boxes for when I go to camping in Renaissance fairs and stuff that those will be useful for. So I grabbed those as well for free. They were just getting rid of them. And now we're going to go through all the goodies, all the fun stuff that we found. And let's just start off with right here in the front. This is a sealed X-Men, Slave Island, man, Fox Kids Network. Oh, those were the days. Anytime you find something cool, nostalgic that's sealed like that, I don't normally buy like VHS, even though some people do collect them. It's got to have like really cool cover art and be in really good condition. But this was $2 at I believe Goodwill's where I picked this up, which was a great find. Next, from Savers, we had a few items. I do really enjoy going to Savers, great thrift store. Here we have, I play a lot of D&D, and these are actually, they're in plastic bags, but they're actually sealed inside the plastic bags. These D&D spell cards. For $5, we've got the spells from Xanathar's Guide to Everything and the Bard class spells. And these are not cheap, brand new, and these are, like I said, they're sealed brand new, so those will be going into the not the main game room, but my side game room for all my D&D stuff. Next are a few things that I picked up more as gifts for friends and family. To start off with, for $3 at Savers, found this pair of designer sunglasses from the brand. Let's see if you can see it there. It is Dries van Noorten. It's made in Japan. It's really not focusing there. But these are like $100 to $150 sunglasses. So I've got some friends, especially now that summer's approaching, that'll make a great gift for. Along with this, it's a Coach bag. I picked this up for $1 at a garage sale. It's not like one of the real leather ones. I'm pretty sure it's real, but it's one of the kind of their more, budget ones. It's a smaller little purse. And again, like something like that, as a little gift for a friend. I think that's just a nice little thing to keep other people in mind when you're garage sailing. And then one other personal item, a Nike adjustable belt, brand new. It was $15 originally, and I paid $1, and I could really use this for golfing, so that'll be a kind of personal item. And again, paid $1 and saved myself $14. So, another cool benefit of garage sailing. And I know this has been kind of staring us in the face, but we have a Blockbuster VHS case. How long has it been since you've seen one of these? There's nothing even in it. It's just empty. But when and you can tell it's Blockbuster because it actually has the Blockbuster logo even on the inside. And I gotta say, like, I paid $2 for this, an empty case. And this is going to be fun to display on the wall or up on a shelf somewhere in the game room because it's nostalgic. It brings you back to those days of going to Blockbuster, your parents driving you, and, you get to, on the weekend, pick out a movie to watch. And you're going to watch it 3 or 4 times that weekend before returning it to the Dropbox, on Monday or Tuesday. Those were the days. So, I mean, a lot of people reproduce these, and they're easy to reproduce to just have them as decoration, but having an original one is just really cool. And for $2, I thought that was a great pickup. Now we're going to get into the games, and even though games are the main thing I do look for my game room at garage sales, I didn't find too much this week, which was a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie, but we didn't strike out completely. I ended up getting for PS5 this racing game. I actually got it for $3, which I felt was like a good deal. Unfortunately, I don't own a PS5 yet. I hope to add one to the collection soon, but they're still far too expensive for me to just go out and buy one. So for now, I just hold on to any PS5 games until I can someday play them. And then going into this rest of the stack of the games, we've got Cabela's Dangerous Hunt 2011. Anything Lego is always fun. Lego Marvel Superheroes for the 360. We've got the Complete Edition Grand Theft Auto Liberty City. Fun game. I was really excited to see this. Tales of Vesperia. Any kind of like Japanese JRPG style game is something that I didn't really grow up playing, and I really want to give a lot of them a shot because they do look like fun. Know nothing about this game, but I mean, this was $1, and I was really excited to grab it. This was a couple bucks, and it's a Wii game. It's just kind of like a party game. I love hosting parties with my friends where we'll break out like the Wii U and play like Wii games or fun stuff, even movie nights. But I think that'll be a fun thing to throw into a party. And then the last game we had here, this was $5 I paid at the garage sale, and it was Hunt or Be Hunted, an Xbox game. I think this is like a game store, like a used game store back in the day, like graphic and case, so it's not like original or anything. But I mean, it was $5. It's kind of a cool looking game, so I don't think I have it in the collection, so now I have it. Next, we have some books, and I almost never buy books that aren't like antiques or something really interesting. Like, I do collect over here like older copies of like Edgar Allan Poe and like the classics. I've got some like H.P. Lovecraft and some of the like Frankenstein and things like that. I also am very much into some of the D&D books, and especially the R.A. Salvatore, the Drizzt Do'Urden, the Dark Elf books. I was going to say trilogy. They've got multiple trilogies and quintets, and I mean, there's like over 30 books in that series now. And then some James Patterson, which is really the author that got me into enjoying to read from a young age. But it's been quite a while since I picked up a book series, and I was at Goodwill and came across these. Apparently they're part of a trilogy that's supposed to have 2 more books, and these are the first 2. I know very little about them, but they're fantasy apparently and dragon themed, and they have really, really good reviews online, so those were $2 a piece. And yeah, let me know in the comments, like, does anyone know this book series? Have you read it? What'd you think? Don't spoil anything, please. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to actually read these. It's been a while since I've had a book where I was super excited about, but that's fantastic. Then at a garage sale, there was a whole bunch of like pop figures and stuff at one, and this was just a bag filled with all of these Pokemon pop figures. I actually have some friends at work who are also very into Pokemon, so I think I'm going to bring these into work and kind of gift them to a bunch of people, let my friends at work and colleagues kind of pick out which ones they like the most to keep at their desks. I will definitely be keeping the Dragonite, though, for my own desk, because I do love Dragonite. I also like Umbreon and some of the other evolutions, and the Charizard there too. I like Charizard, but I never had like the Charizard card. I never got any of those pulls as a kid with the cards, so I kind of have a disinterest in it because it just wasn't part of my direct childhood because I was not lucky enough to have a Charizard. But Dragonite was and still is my favorite Pokemon. So I paid $5 for all those. I have no idea what they're worth. It doesn't really matter. They're going to be gifts and decorations at the office, and they will bring joy to all my colleagues. And then we have the box and the bag that have been looming in the background this whole time, and I'm sure you've been wondering what the heck's in there. And let me tell you, these are by far the 2 best finds of the weekend garage sailing. We have the box and this big trash bag. And we're going to start with the box because the trash bag I think is a better find. So we're going to start with the not as good but still very exciting find. Now before I show you, I want you to go into the comments and I want you to make a guess. What do you think is in this box? If you guessed a bunch of CDs, you're correct. This is a whole box of music CDs. I'll be completely honest. I have actually a really nice like CD player, like a crazy like Blu-ray / like audiophile CD player. It's like a $500 thing. I don't own any CDs to put in it. I kind of just picked it up because of the Blu-ray and hooking it up to like the media room. But now I have a bunch of CDs I can play on it. And I was at a garage sale early on in the day, and it was not a good start to the day at all. I hit up a bunch of garage sales, ended up not being open at all, or ones that just had absolutely nothing. Then I arrived to this one, and they were loading a bunch of boxes out of some trucks and some just a lot of garbage, really. But this was one of the boxes that they brought out. And I took one look at the box, and I was like, okay, music CDs. I have never purchased CDs before, but I do have a CD player. And I immediately went, oh, Megadeth? Looks like Rush. Okay, I really like Rush. I've never really listened to Megadeth, but I mean, I know that it's a very popular music and it's got a lot of cult following. So I'm like, you know what? There's probably a lot of fun stuff in here. I don't really have time to dig through it at the moment when I was at the garage sale, but I was like, okay, well, let me just, for the ease of it, see what they want for the full box. And we settled on $20. Again, I feel like I see a lot of this stuff, at garage sales for like 50 cents a piece or whatever. So it felt like $20 was fair for the box. I will say I'm pretty confident this ended up being a much bigger score than I thought at the time. I kind of just took a chance on a bunch of CDs because some of the music I recognized and thought, cool, that'll be fun for the media room. I can actually start getting into collecting physical CDs. But this is apparently all good stuff. Like, all good stuff. Like, Rob Zombie and Metallica, Journey, Rush, rock and roll, like, Korn, ZZ Top. Like, there's... And I'll go through this, like, all the Megadeth. Like, I'm going to go through this in a little more detail in a second here when I take it out of the box. But I was kind of shocked at how much is just a banger in here. So let's just go through at least all the CDs that like are in cases with like the art and everything, just to show you what's in here. Okay, so now that everything's out of the box, let's just kind of go through and see what we've got. So we've got Megadeth, Blues Travelers. I recognize this, I don't remember who it's from. Megadeth, Scorpions. This is all it looks like, from what I can see, all like burned like discs and stuff, like kind of homemade tracks or something. I think most of this is too. And they even have everything kind of like organized with these nice sheets that says like, what's on certain CDs. So that's kind of nice. But like, again, Metallica, Pink Floyd, more Pink Floyd, Britney Spears, that's kind of an outlier in here, I think. I mean, it's just Fleetwood Mac. Again, Scorpions, ZZ Top, more Scorpions, Metallica, Papa Roach. I loved that album. 3 Days Grace, AC/DC. What is it? Soundgarden, Pink. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much good music. Ignore that sound. Motley Crue, Ozzy. Oh, rest in peace, Ozzy. Megadeth and Rush, more Megadeth, Iron Maiden, 9 Inch Broken Nails. We've got Rob Zombie. Ooh, this one's sealed. It was $7, and then it was $10.99. Interesting. Rush again, heavy metal, more Megadeth. They really like Megadeth. 3 Days Grace. Just so many albums. Pink Floyd again, even more Megadeth. And then Rush and the Beavis and Butthead Experience. I never watched that show. It looked kind of concerning. Korn. I mean, just... I need to know what's inside that one. Oh, more Metallica. Okay. More Megadeth and... more and more and more and more, and it's just, it goes on, and Rob Zombie, and all of these really cool rock and, like, really popular stuff. Journey. This is, I feel like, why the that reseller was so interested in this lot, because it's just all good sought after music that people want to collect. And I it's a lot here. I gotta go through and figure out what I'm gonna do with all of it. A lot of the stuff, especially the classics like Rush, Journey, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, that's all probably staying in my personal collection. Some of these bands I don't really know well, so maybe I'll just have to give a listen. All of these, in their cases, and then there's a whole bunch that don't have cases, but they still have like the cover art and everything with the discs. I have a bunch of empty cases that I keep on hand for loose video games, so I'll go through and put these all in cases with the art like they deserve to be. But I mean, just to kind of go through and show you what's in here. Let me know in the comments, because again, I know very little about CDs. I've never purchased CDs before. Let me know if there's any in here that are like standouts, that are like really rare, or just your personal favorite music, or albums that are just hard to find, or that are a good representation of certain bands that if I'm like, again, I don't think I've ever listened to Scorpions. If there's any specific albums that are a good listen to kind of give the vibe of what they are. Again, there's so many of these, and I'm very excited to kind of go through them and give a listen. Hey, so sitting here editing this, I think I'm actually going to break this into 2 videos just because it's getting kind of long, and the next part really is its own video, just all in one. So let me know what you thought about what we've gone through so far in this video. The audio file is out there. Let me know if there was any CDs that you saw that you were really excited about. And please stay tuned for the next video where we'll go over what's in that giant black trash bag. Stay tuned.